So what I've done here is I've cut the centers out of these two wheels. These were the wheels that were on the axle that's on the trailer, and you may remember when I went to put the adapter on it, the hole in the adapter didn't go quite down over the little piece of the hub spindle, not the spindle, but the hub, whatever you call it, the part on the spindle. This piece will go over that, and it will space this out enough so that that adapter will fit right on there. And all I gotta do is balance this, which I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drag down my old tire balancer, which is way up yonder, and we're gonna balance that. And then later I'm gonna balance those wire wheels and air them up too. So that's what I'm messing around with today. The other thing on my list is this. My white wall flopped out, and I'm gonna be taking it off. And while I got it off, I may paint that white wall today. Me and Rusty have talked about it a bit, and he's recommended I paint the white walls rather than have these flappers on there, and I think I agree with him. He also has recommended I paint these tires out here, and I'm not sure about that. I'm still considering that, and we'll talk about that more later. But for the moment, I'll just say I'm not quite sure about if I'm going to do that or not. Anyway, there's that. So this is called a bubble balancer. This is how we did it in the old days. There's a bubble and a little spot in the middle of it. And if you put this on there and the bubble is not exactly in that middle spot, then it's not balanced. Now, obviously, you're going to want to put this in such a way that you got that right in the middle. What I do is I pushed it down, and of course the funnel comes up into the middle, so it gets it in the right spot. And when I let off on it, it's still there. And if I throw the, take a look at that. I think we're either right on or close enough. Try this little one. This is off by just a hair, but if I could take a little bit off this edge, that would probably make it right. So I'm gonna do just that. I'm gonna just take the grinder, just knock a little bit off the side. It looks like it needs to lose some weight. Let me think this through again, because this side is heavier, so actually I need to take it off of this edge right here. So I'm just gonna snip a little piece of that. I think that's it right there. Close enough. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I think those two are balanced. Well, it's that time of year again when we head down south and let Mr. Winter come and visit for a while. I wanted to kind of put a finalized thing on the trailer, the rat rod trailer build here. It's done largely, but not completely. And I'm just going to go over what's going to take for me to feel like it's finished. I'm going to bolt this box, this toolbox down. The box is made so that it opens out, and it has like little shelves that open out. So by bolting it with the face facing this way, I can open it out without it bumping into that. I'm also going to put a fire extinguisher standing up on each side of it. And I've got some additional lights that I'm going to be adding to the back end of it, and I'll show you a picture of what they look like. Other than that, I'm going to balance these tires and I showed you where I had cut out the center piece that goes on here and balanced that. So I'll put that on underneath the spacers. I did put air in both of these tires, and I'm going to check the pressure to see if the pressure held. They both still had air in them, so even though they're old, it's a funny thing about tires nowadays. You buy them and they say if they're a dozen years old you have to throw them away because they're no good. Well, these tires here are probably been on there since the 30s and they're still holding air. I guess it's safe to say they don't make them like they used to. Maybe they make them better. I know they're a lot softer nowadays, but they certainly don't last the way they used to. So with that said, there is one more thing, and this gets into conceptualizing the spare tire. This car has old 5x5 lug back pattern on these wire wheels and the two on the front of the rat rod up there. And these back here are the axle is a forward 9-inch, so it has a forward lug pattern with an adapter to a Chevy, which is what these wheels are right here. I have, I'm trying to think how to say this. I have a set of 5x5 wheels on with 16.5-inch bias ply tires that will fit on the back of this. I have adapters to go with it. If I ran those 16s back here, that would give me these big tires with 5x5 lugs on them all the way around, including the trailer. Now my spare tire is smaller, and I wouldn't be able to put, if I put I've got one more wheel that I found out in the garage, one more spoked wheel with that pattern, but I wouldn't be able to fit that down inside of this. I would be able to mount it like up on the front of it, or possibly on the back. I don't know if I'd want it on the back because it would block my Coke sign, but that is an option. So I'm just going to have plenty of time to think about the options. And the reason I bring that up is because as it is, if one of these tires went and I had to put this tire on as a spare, I would have to not only take that tire off, but I'd have to take the adapter off. And of course, it's going to be kind of hard to loosen the nuts on an adapter without a tire on there. So that was the thing I was thinking about with getting the same lug pattern all the way around on the unit. Although there are ways to do that. So probably that's just me wondering and worrying about things that I don't have to wonder and worry about. But that's one thing that's, just thought I'd throw it out there. One thing that's in my mind about this all. So I'm also going to paint a little trim strip right along. There's a line in this fender metal, and I'm going to paint that little line around on here. And I might put a pinstripe. A lot of people have said I ought to paint these wheels that same color green as the ones on the front of here, but I like this. I like the way these wheels are, just like they are, but I might paint a green pinstripe in here. And that would kind of tie it in with the green wheels that are on the front of that. So anyway, I'm gonna stop making videos now. We're pretty much loaded up, but we're gonna be here for the rest of the day so that we can kind of walk around and make sure we got all the last minute stuff done. We got cars locked away and batteries on battery tenders and fuel treatment in fuel tanks and all kind of stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff we do to get ready to go, and that's mostly done. So this is it for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this video on the end of all of the rat rod trailer videos and put them all into one playlist, and then make one long video of all of it. So if someone wants to build a rat rod trailer, they can come and watch that video. Right now, Cutworm is watching my old rat rod builds and building a rat rod with a T-bucket body and a Model A frame, and he's going by a lot of my old videos to figure out how to set everything up. So that's kind of a compliment to me, and I think it's cool. But I also think it's cool that that's out there. If anybody wanted to build something like mine, you know, I like that there are videos out there that show you how to do it. I know that Dale Sanford's got some nice videos on where he built his 38 rat rod Ford truck, and he's got a different axle setup than mine has. And Mike Hall, I've got some of his videos on my channel where he built the rat rod truck that he has, and he had a totally different front end setup on his than I've got or than Dale has. So there's videos out there if anybody wants to build a rat rod, and I have people say they really want to, and Cutworm's going so far as to actually start building one. And Todd Heckle, Honeybabe's son, is building a rat rod Mini Cooper. So they both say I've kind of inspired them to get into it, and I think that's cool. I don't necessarily think of mine as what a lot of people call a rat rod. The reason for that is I feel like mine's more of a traditional hot rod, but it's kind of ratty too. So anyway, I'll stop talking now. Hope y'all have a good day. I'll talk to you again when I talk to you again. Bye now.